Oh, so this is going to be a quick session. I really just want to point out some stuff, and yeah, we can get into some interesting things. Let's make sure I can get over to my stream here. Alrighty then. Hey, whatever, allow it. Jesus. How's everybody doing this fine afternoon? Make sure I edit this. Add monetization. Had 73 people in here. 12 likes. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's make sure that the chat doesn't go crazy. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Evil red day. Yes, it's been pretty red. How you keeping? I'm pretty good. I'm feeling good. It's a better attitude today. Been waiting for this. I seen some yeah, you're so confused from today for like all different types of things or just like AMC or G and GME? Like what's Ryan, what are you confused about? Let me go ahead and move this over. Can't really see much here. Tilray dropped a lot. Yes, yes. And I wanted to talk about that because I think people misinterpret the things that I do when it comes to talking about stocks here. Another day for AMC, short laddering crap. I actually liked AMC, and I'll get into why I like the fact that AMC was doing some pretty positive work even though they finished negative. I'll talk about that. Your best man learning from. Thank you. I appreciate that. AMC at 1450, long hold now. Yeah, it's pretty much a long hold. It seems like it's going to be a slow build. And the reason why I'm really excited about it, I'll get into that really in a little bit. But while we're waiting for people to jump in here, I have more free stocks. Remember, if you want free stocks and to use this platform, this is the Webull platform. The link is down in the description. All you have to do is sign up, deposit $100, and you'll get free stocks here. Let's open up some more free stocks. Hopefully we get something different than ADT and Ford. So hopefully we get something different here. Let's open this up. So I have 16 to claim. Bring this over here. So I have 16 to claim. Let's see what we get. What do you think I'm going to get? Do you think I'm going to get more ADT? Yeah, more ADT. More ADT. More ADT. I got a bunch. Another Ford. Another Ford. Another ADT. So it seems like when they have a certain amount that they actually give you, it's going to be basically the same stuff. They're not going to give you anything that's really different. I got a ZNGA again. ADT. ADT. So mainly ADTs here. That's good, right? It's not bad. Ford. Yeah, I mean, free stocks are free stocks, right? So if you are trading in the UK, I don't know if it is available for UK traders. It should be, I think. I don't know. Your voice is so smooth. It's so peaceful to watch your live streams. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I actually don't like the sound of my own voice. So yeah, we're not on the same page there. But I don't think anybody likes the sound of their own voice. Come on, Bumble. Basically all ADT, yeah. But either way, I mean, it's free money that you get. I don't care if it's ADT or Ford or whatever. It's free money. So if I wanted to take that money out of ADT, I can and put it into something else. So that's always a good thing. I absolutely love when I can get anything free because it absolutely is free. And GME get to 250 by the end of the month. I'm struggling with GME and what they're capable of. And I'll kind of get into why. It just, as I'm starting to go through it, it doesn't seem like it's, we're holding at a certain level because of the lack of volume, which is what I've seen with Nokia. And I wanted to get into that a little bit. Hey, what's going on, James Livingston? Thank you for stopping by. How you doing? Can GME get to 150 by the end of the month? I think it can, but it's not going to be something that stays there. I think if it does get up to 150, it's going to be something that sells off quick. So I don't think it's going to stay at these prices. No pants. Yeah, no pants to the moon. GME closing stores. Are they really closing stores? I didn't see any information on that. Do you get free stocks every day, or is that just a thing you have set up to show an example? I usually save a lot of my stocks, so if I do get free stocks from other people signing up, then I usually save them just so that people can go through it. But I don't get free stocks every day. This has been like the first 2 days in a row that I've ever had like free stocks, both days. So, and a number of free stocks. Typically it'll be like I'll get 2 free stocks in one day, but I've been getting like 6 or 8. So this is definitely interesting here. You were at 13K watchers, now it's only 211. Why is that? I think it's mainly because a lot of other people are doing it. It's just like if you start to, so the person that started doing live streams, I would say is either Brian Jung or JJ Buckner, which I watch both of them. I watch Brian Jung for a lot of his credit card stuff. Recently got into more investing, publicly investing. JJ Buckner has always been a person I watched when it came to dividends because I've always been a fan of his since he was at like maybe 10,000 subscribers, something like that. And I was lower. I was at like 2,000. So he's at like 150, I think now. And those two started it, but it seemed like everybody else jumped on the train, me included. I mean, after I seen them doing it, I really wanted to push out AMC and GME by word of mouth, really to talk about this whole movement and everything like that, and also to give my opinion on some stocks. And it's just my opinion, it's not financial advice. But the reason why it dipped down is because a lot of other people are doing it, and most people are doing it after work hours. So that's why it's so low. And I don't care. I mean, the dedicated people come by and they show love. So if you continue to show love, continue to hit that like button, eventually it'll end up going up. The people will stop talking about GME and AMC. I will stop talking about GME and AMC once we do see a point to where they are going to be falling off the map. But I will bring them back up if they do come back into the discussion when it comes to a stock that you can invest in. So make sure you hit that like button. Continue to hit the like button. If you haven't, then yeah, try and do so. But for today, I wanted to talk about the cannabis stocks because all of them took a hit. And I believe all of them were like pumped by Wall Street bets, right? So mainly with a lot of those areas, you're going to see to where they pump the stock up as much as possible over a couple of days and then end up selling off because they feel like it's being overbought, which it was being overbought at those times. You look over here, it was being pretty much overbought at this high mark of $77. And throughout the after hours and pre-market, you've seen it steady, which was always a good thing, but slowly coming back to the 200 moving average. Now, I said depending on when it opened, you definitely have to pick your spots. So hopefully people just didn't invest right from the start, because right from the start it went down and went downhill and continued to go downhill. And it did not show any form of recovery. And like I said, I still think you can pick your spots because obviously all of the cannabis stocks are going to be a big hit for a lot of people. And I think that you can still get in at a certain amount. You just had to wait for it to continue to go down. It showed no signs of life here. So you should have had no chance to where you wanted to get in, because any time you would have gotten in would have been on the downtick, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, you just downloaded Webull and you live in England. That's good to know. So you can get it in England. That's great. You downloaded the platform and you're going to be using this live trading platform. But anyways, when I get back into cannabis stocks, you talk about all of these, they went down by 22%, 49% for Tilray, 23%, 35%, 21%. So all of them were pumped basically by, all of this activity, all the positivity. And I still think it could be a positive look on things, because let's look at Tilray from 100 and, you know, maybe a 10,000 foot view here. You can see, just like I said, on, you know, I said it a couple of times on my live stream, and I also said it in the video, I hope, because I had to record that 3 times, and I got frustrated by the 3rd time. But I basically said that you see this line that it's headed on. From a 10,000 foot view, you can see the line that it's headed on. Let's look at a 100,000 foot view here. Oh, yeah. You can see the line that it's headed on. It's an upward trajectory, and it's not anything that's crazy pumped here. You could see where it was being pumped, probably in these spots, more in these spots, and then driving it, riding it up, right? So you can see that it's on a level to where it will continue. Sorry, this is not even Tilray. I was wondering why it didn't look the same. But you could see the level that it is going up based on these support levels. You could see that it is going up in this level, and what's going to happen is it's probably going to come back to about somewhere around this mark, continue to level out, and then it's going to continue on that upward trajectory. So I think that it's going to be a slow grower, not any of this fast growing stuff, because the fast growing stuff is a pump and dump by a lot of people. And that's what I don't like to see. But then, you know, all these people will invest at these high spots and end up losing a ton of money. So that's what I was trying to say with it. And anytime I do give you a stock, I'm not recommending that you go into that stock right away. I don't know, did anyone lose on Tilray today? I would imagine a bunch of people did, you know, investing at that $77 mark, or people that are investing during the pre-market or post-market thinking that, you know, the stock is going to go up, and, you know, everybody in Wall Street Bets or whatever ends up selling off. It's not a good deal for a lot of people. And then it ends up being a mass sell-off, which it was. So I still think it's pretty interesting. Obviously, cannabis stocks are going to be a thing that people talk about and keep pumping, but not to this magnitude. So you could see that, you know, they were up, they were positive when I was looking at them in the pre-market, but now they're going back down. So just pick your spots. I definitely say pick your spots. It's all about your opinion. It's all about what you want to invest into, you know? So yeah. Let me see. What's up with AMC? So let's talk about AMC and why I feel actually pretty good about AMC. AMC for today, you could see that, you know, looking at a 10,000 foot view, you can see that it's just, you know, falling downhill, all downhill from that $17 mark. Will it ever get back up to that $17 mark? It's not really showing any signs of hope that it's going to push up to the $17 mark. So let's go ahead and look at what happened today and why I think this is actually a positive move of what happened today. You look at today, and it's pretty interesting what actually happened today, right? And in the after hours, you can see it's down 0.88%. But the reason why I think it's a positive move is all the volatility. And yes, it's not physically positive. You don't see it going up by $2. But all of the volatility, it looks normalized. It doesn't look something that is manipulated in any way. It looks normal. Maybe there's some sort of manipulation in there, I don't know, but it does look normal to me, and it may be a slower growth. Like, this is the trajectory that you will see it grow, rather than, you know, that fast upward movement. That's what I'm looking at. You should collab with Trades. Love his energy. He makes, yeah, he does. He does make really great calls. But that's why I love AMC, and I know that he likes AMC as well. But that's why I like AMC, is because of all of the volatility that I see here, the positivity with how normal it looks. So with people saying that, oh, you know, AMC is dead, I think AMC has probably the most potential because of the movement. For something like GME just is not showing the movement, even though it had an increase, a kind of a rally in the later end of the day. It still didn't get above where it started, right? It still didn't get above the close point. So obviously where it started, I think it opened at, you know, $50. So it was higher than where it opened. But still, like, you look at this and you expect a lot of movement out of this. You know, something that's a $50 stock, you expect a lot of movement out of it, but you're not getting it. You're getting a lot of downhill, you know, spirals here. And that's why it looks like a lot of the volume is going towards the sell side rather than the buy side for GME. AMC, it's a different story. You see a lot of buying power here. That's steadily pushing the price up. And I think that we can continue to have this slow growth, and for a long period of time we can make a good amount of money with it. Now, if I do see fast growth here, I'm going to expect that it's not going to be something that stays that fast growth and stays up there. I'm probably going to end up, as it gets closer to 10, sell and get back in at the $5 mark, because I feel like it's going to continue to go up and drop back down. If I can get in at $5, $6, that would be amazing. But it continues to resist and have support levels at that $5.50 mark. Do you see a resistance at $5.50 for AMC, or will it go down? I definitely see a support level at this $5.47 level, because it hit a double bottom twice at that exact level. That's why I definitely say that, yeah, $5.50 would probably be something that it really pushes back from, but I really don't expect it to go past there. I would love to see it continue on this trajectory going up with the buying power that we do have, as long as there's no manipulation. With the fact that it has hit these levels, you're not going to see many people sell at these levels, because it's at its basically lowest of lows. So it's going to continue on the upward trajectory. It may be slow, and it may end up coming back a little bit, going back up, coming back, going back up, but in an upward trajectory. That's what I'm seeing here. And it looks really good seeing all of this volatility. That's what I want to see during the day. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people saying that the squeeze is over. I mean, people saying that the squeeze has been squoze, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. I mean, it's definitely, gets us down, because they took all of the air out of our lungs when it comes to GME and AMC. But I think that GME is something that, or AMC is something that you could see a lot of positivity with. GME is something that's kind of falling off the cliff, and I would be, obviously you see these big pops where you could see $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 of a jump, which means that you can get out at a higher price if you wanted to. So you can definitely see those little pops, but it will come back to earth. Whether it's this, going up to $55 and then coming back down to a below 50, or whether it's just this going up to 51 and then coming back down a little bit, getting below 50 again. So that's what you're going to see. And then once you see the buying power, the volume come in, you're going to see a lot of people want to continue to get in and just don't get caught on the upswing there. Do I feel like GME, to be honest, is going to get back to $500 or $400 or maybe even $300? I don't believe so. I mean, it just doesn't have the push, doesn't have the drive. If you look at the beginning, when that initial drive to $300, $400 actually happened, you actually had a lot of hedge funds that also bought in and basically got in on the action. So they were putting a lot of their money into it as well. It wasn't just the retail traders. So do you think Tilray will bounce back to at least 40? Eventually, yeah. I think that you're going to see some positivity here. You just had a mass sell-off because of the people that really pumped it. From the moment that you looked at Tilray, you can see that people pumped it right here. It was on a trajectory to continue this route, and it was going to come down a little bit. It was going to continue this route through this way. Follow my mouse. Don't follow the dot here. Follow my mouse. It was continuing this route here, and it was going to keep going, keep going, keep going. Over the next couple of days, couple of months, you're going to see it continually increase. Whether it does flatten out and then increase or whatever, that's what you're going to see. You're seeing a lot of positivity in cannabis right now, and people still want to stay in here. So I think you are going to see some positivity, and I believe it will get back to 40. It's just something that you've seen it go up to 77 really quick, and it obviously comes down really quick. Anything that goes up fast is going to come down fast. Yeah, AMC will definitely be something that you focus on through time. You hold on to for a long period of time, make your money off of. I think that, no offense to anybody holding GME, it may be close to done. I mean, you had that huge pop that was fueled by, one, retail investors, two, the shorts that were, the doubling down of those shorts while people were continuing to invest, and then three, the other hedge funds that came in and supported the retail traders to try and make a little bit more money by buying. So they're buying up large amounts of shares, and that's what's pushing this from, I believe, 140 up to 300. So do I think that it will get to $300? That's kind of an afterthought at this point, in my opinion. So I don't want to. What? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I was gonna say, what are you talking about politics for? But yeah, I think it sucks to say because I want to have hope for GME, but with the lack of shorted shares and the short interest decreasing, it does not look like it will be something that will pop. But maybe that's what they want us to see. You know what I mean? If they want us to see the fact that it's going down, it's decreasing, everybody's getting out of it, no volume, then yeah, that's what they want us to see. Then they'll end up getting what they want, where GameStop ends up going bankrupt. So this is what's crazy. You want me to show my AMC and GME portfolio? Yeah, I can show you that. Give me a second. Let me sign in up. This is the wrong platform here. Come on. Fidelity. We have 480 viewers. Please hit that like button, get it above 200 likes. That would be phenomenal. I'll take it any day. While I'm looking this up, I'm going to click to play an ad here. If you get an ad, let me know. But let me bring this up. I'm going to bring up my portfolio here. I don't think that's the right password. No, it is. Okay. So this is my portfolio here. So let's look at the positions. So the positions here, you're going to see that I'm down $8,000. GME would be something that's obviously a lower loss. Right now, the current value is at $5,000. I bought in at $7,600, and you could see that AMC is at a substantial loss compared to GME. So I know that AMC is going to be in it for the long haul, and if I can get back up to, let's say, the $10 and get back in at a lower point, then that would be amazing. Or I could literally take more money and throw it into AMC at a lower point while they can continue to grow. Do I think someone illegally stole our money? Yeah, I think that's a possibility. That's something to where they could be driving down that price. But when you look at what Vlad did, I think someone said something about that. When Vlad is a stock impeller, you have this hearing, the 18th. All I know is you look at things that the brokerage accounts did. They were backed by the suits. The suits were backed by the suits are telling them basically to not, allow any buying. You can allow, selling. You can't allow any buying. You can allow short selling. You can't allow any buying. So that's where it's like, all right, well, that's 100% predictable of what's actually going to happen. If people can't buy, the stock is going to go down. Like, that's easy. And if you're looking to drive that price down, then that just takes interest away and deflates a lot of people's interest, especially with the fact that people invested at $400. If somebody's investing at $400 and expects it to continue to go up, and I don't know how many shares they could have bought, maybe they bought one or two, but okay. Either way, that went from $400 down to $50 here. That sucks. It really does suck. And yes, it did have a little bit of a pop, I think, where it went back up, but it didn't get back to where they were break even, which a lot of people would want to get back there. So that's my portfolio here, $8,000. I don't want to, bore anybody with all this stuff, but AMC is definitely something that's going to be a play. But GME is like, I look at it and I don't want to say that it's not going to happen, because it could possibly happen, have a pop, a really good pop, but like all of the signs are leading to no, and maybe that's what they want us to see, but all of the signs are leading to no. I still do believe that it will have that initial pop that brings you up, whether it's to $70 or whether it's to $100. I still do think they will have that initial pop. And like I said, I'm going to be a person that if it gets up to $76 and I see it being oversold, I will sell, or overbought, I will sell, get out of that with a lower loss and then get back in at a lower cost. That would be the plan, but it would be to where I would have less position with the potential to grow, so I can take that money and probably invest it into other places, or trade in other places, because that's what I'm really waiting for. I would have been trading in so many different places, but I'm losing out on thousands of dollars by holding my money into AMC and GME. So I'm going to have to invest more money, I guess maybe just into Webull in order to day trade, because I don't want to be listed as a pattern day trader. Why are people talking about politics here? Is it because of yeah. It's not about Trump and Biden. Who really cares? We have 554 people watching. Please hit that like button. We got 214 likes. How do you add ISR to the Webull chart? So if you go up here and you click this thing that looks like an upward chart, it's the indicator. You can go up here and click RSI, and you can add that to your chart. Very simple. I also don't have my 200 EMA. Hopefully that helps. Invest in Pokemon cards. I have Pokemon cards. I will invest in it. Do you see the ridiculous prices that they are? Jesus. Jesus. I don't know. I don't know what your actual name is. But do you see like the prices that they are? It's ridiculous. I think a first edition like booster pack is like $300,000 when people paid like $500 for it. What's your target price for AMC? When do you think it will hit? All right, so if I'm looking at AMC and I'm waiting for a target price, I think if it is going to be a slow grower, then it's going to be something to where I don't want to hold up my money for a long period of time. Now, if I do invest more money into the stock market, then yeah, I'll hold it and let it, gain whatever it's going to gain. But to tell you the truth, if it's going to be a slow grower, it's going to be something that's going to lose me money, if that makes sense, because I know I can gain $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, however many $1,000 in the matter of minutes if I wanted to. And I could also lose $1,000 in the matter of minutes. But the point is that that money is sitting there with a unrealized loss or gain, and I feel like I can have a realized gain. So I would say that my original profit target was $20, but if it's going to be a slow grower, then my new profit target would probably be somewhere around just over what break even will be. If I gain $1,000 out of it, I'll be happy. But if you have a spike, yeah, I'm in it for the long haul. But whenever it resists, I'm pulling out. So if it gets up to 15, I'm pulling out. I really want to see what's going to happen in the short term, because if we are going to have some sort of squeeze, then I really want to see what's going to happen in the short term. But long term, and long term to me is like a couple of months. If it takes slow growth, then that's something that I'm pulling out, and I'll show you what stocks I'm investing into, whether that be any type of cannabis stocks or Riot or whatever, and end up getting into naked here. It doesn't really matter what I get into. I'll show you everything that I get into, whatever profits, whatever losses I get. But that's really what I want to do. You have to pay for Webull. You do not have to pay for Webull. Yeah, the videos definitely are getting redundant. I'm not going to lie to you. I feel like today it definitely was to a point to where I was like, should I even go live today? Because I feel like everything that I said last night would stand the same in the morning. So that's why I ended up streaming late today, because I was like, should I even go live today? And I felt like I had a couple of extra things to say, especially about cannabis stocks and things like that and what they were doing. And people wanted a lot of information when it came to different positions. And I was like, okay, I'll go live. And yes, I think they are getting a little bit redundant. I'll make sure that I changed some things up and we can look at some other positions here. What actually moved a lot, what's happening with the market currently, what's going on with the after hours, what's pushing the highs of the day, whatever. I would like to be able to do that. Got to put more into AMC to pump it. You see the high pulls. Yeah, I mean, I could do that. I missed a super chat. I missed a super chat. I only seen like 2 super chats come in. Oh, I did. Sorry. What's your explanation for $800 GME calls expiring tomorrow? $800 GME calls expiring tomorrow. Check out the open interest 20K plus. I don't have any explanation for the GME calls for $800 expiring tomorrow. I don't have any explanation on that. Let me see. And once I said I don't understand options, so I don't know. So $800 strike price. The volume. I don't have any explanation for that. Let's see this. Give me a second. Huh. Yeah, I don't have any explanation for that. We need you live in the AM. Yeah, the market is closed on Monday. Yeah, well, yeah, the market is closed on Monday. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, the market is closed on Monday. There's a bunch of people saying it. It's not over, guys. Hold. I think AMC is definitely the play, and I hate that I'm saying this because obviously a lot of people are tired of hearing about GameStop. They're like, oh, GameStop this, GameStop that. Just stop talking about GameStop. But you know, it was a pretty significant thing, and now we're starting to feel that GameStop is starting to like taper off and flatten out, and that's not obviously good. People want to see that pop, that interest that we've seen in GameStop, but the fact that they derailed us, hopefully they don't do that in the past or in the future. And I feel like with anything that comes on, they're going to change. This is going to change the way that they think about this. They think about shorting stocks. They're not going to short stocks the same way. They're not going to put everything they have into that. All buyer profits when the underlying asset increases in price. So basically they're saying that it's going to reach $800 by tomorrow. If that's the case, then that doesn't make sense at all. I mean, they lost a lot of money on this, right? Is that the right way that I'm putting it? Thank you for the super chat. Yes, I feel like that's stupid in my opinion. AMC is not the play. You don't think AMC is not the play? Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be slow growth. It looks like it will be, which is interesting. I like slow growth at times, but not when I like slow growth when I'm putting in a little bit of money, just letting it grow and letting it do its thing or gaining dividends off of it. Slow growth to me is just a waste of time because you can gain $2,000 in so many other positions instead of, you know, having this slow growth and gain $2,000 in a matter of months. That's horrible. It does, you know, lower your risk, but still, does it really? I mean, so yeah, continue to hit that like button. We got 634 people in here. If you could hit the like button, that would be amazing. Also, I'm looking for someone that can do banner artwork for like a YouTube channel. If anybody's interested in that and has like experience with like Photoshop or anything, and wants to create something that's like clean and fresh for my YouTube channel, let me see. This is basically my page. So this is basically my page. If you can create something clean and fresh for my my YouTube channel, let me know. Go to my Instagram, and they have a certain thing that you have to create a certain template. So if you can create something great, let me know. We have 650 people in here. Maybe we do have some artists tomorrow. I can definitely you know, compensate as well. So yeah, go over to my Instagram. I think my Instagram link works. If it doesn't, oh, it doesn't. I'm gonna need to, let me update that real quick. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, and I will respond to people if they have any. There we go. Yeah. So if you have the ability of creating a banner, let me know something that's really nice. We could definitely do that. But let's look at Webull. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people asking, what did I miss? It was pretty slow today as Drop City. It definitely was pretty slow today. I like the fact that AMC showed a little bit of promise in the afternoon. Really showed a little bit of promise, started to really push up, and it looked great. Obviously right now it went right back down, and you know, now it's pretty much settling around this area, around that, you know, 560 mark. But I think it showed promise. You know, I'm seeing this slow growth. It makes me feel a little bit better about that, and we can continue on our days. Hopefully we can push up and, you know, get to $7, $8. That'll be amazing. When will the short squeeze happen? I'm not sure that we will see a short squeeze with AMC. I'm hoping that we will, but like I said, all of it is, there's a lot of variables here. We still don't know if what the interest rate is, if the interest rate is true, what's going to happen with the volume, because in order to have an effective short squeeze, one, we have to create a lot of volume. Two, there's got to be a lot of other investors with a lot of money into it as well. And, you know, even to the hedge funds that want to take advantage of it, we need all of that power, all of that push, and we're not getting any of that. I think we can still push up to, you know, that maybe $17 mark, $20 mark, and have a big push, but it's looking like it's going to be slow growth here. It's going to be like a very slow, effective growth. So someone's saying, guys, I'm waiting. Oh, where's that? Guys, I'm waiting for the squeeze for GME. Someone tell me if I should keep buying the dip. Look, I always recommend that everybody buys the dip. The reason why I say that people buy the dip is because you can profit. You know, you can lower your cost basis, profit on what you did have, or profit on where you were, where you just bought in, and continue to make money going up and down, getting in and out of the trades. That's why I always tell people buy at the dip, sell at the highs, whatever the high is for the day. For AMC today, it would have been very minimal because, I mean, it pretty much went from 547 up to a high of, you know, 585, and it didn't even hit that 547 before the 585, so you wouldn't be able to do that. You can short it, but that's not going to work either. So I always recommend that people buy the dip when it comes to, these stocks. This definitely went from 55 all the way down to 48. So if you could buy the dip and gain some sort of increase, then you'll gain a couple of dollars, a few dollars on your on the stock price, and then whatever you're holding, times that. So you're going to gain a little bit of money, but it's just really tough to play these cards, especially if you bought in at a higher price. You bought in at $300, $400. I always tell people, like, look, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. So if you bought it at $400 and you think that it's going to get back up to $400, I'm not so certain that it will. Now, there's a possibility, but this is a slim possibility that it will, because GME just doesn't have the same volume that it did. It doesn't have the same amount of people backing it like it did. So it's definitely tough. My Instagram is in the description if you want to hit me up there. But yeah, I'm looking for someone to create banner work for my YouTube channel. So if you can do something and you feel like you can create something like, just like, I don't know, really professional, something that's more towards finance or business, not something that's like arty. I need something that's like, I don't know, stand outish, but just like, I don't know, professional, I guess. Can I get your opinion on Tilray? So I did talk about Tilray here. Obviously, I created a video on Tilray talking about the positivity and how it had a huge increase over the last couple of days, and looked at the 10,000 foot view and said, this looks amazing. But obviously, you've seen today, every cannabis stock pretty much sold off. So you can see all of the positivity here, right? And this is what I was talking about in my video, also talking about in the live stream. You can see the positivity here to where these support levels end up on the same line, right? This is the way that it's supposed to move. It's supposed to continue to move up this way, and slow growth, not with this large gap here, this slow growth here. And that's what I think that it's coming back to. It's coming back to this trajectory, saying we have this slow growth. And all of this was just a pump so that everybody can dump. And I believe it was wallstreetbets that was fueling this. So with all of the people that quoted this positivity and how quick they were growing, yeah, I seen how quick it was growing, how fast it was separating, but I also seen how fast it was dropping around this area. And obviously I pre-recorded that video, but I said in the video, I didn't know if it was going to be a quick up and down, if it was going to be a quick, pump and dump, right? And if it is, then it's going to get back to this line and continue to have a slow increase. Hopefully nobody got in at this point or this point or this point thinking that it is, being oversold, because it did show, I think, that it was being oversold. Let me see, go back to 5 days, because it did show that it was being oversold somewhere around this point, and it continued to see this. But you could see that it started to adjust itself, and you could see the price going down because people were dumping it. Now it's starting to level off and increase a little bit in price. So I don't know if this is where it's going to turn and make a move, but I would say that we wait it out and see if it is going to decrease a little bit more, because I think it is a long-term play. It's just a slow grower. Tilray, all of the, like the ones that I was looking at, so I have my cannabis stocks here, right? All the ones that I was looking at decreased by 22%, 49%, 23%, 35%, 21%. All of these were pump and dump, really. All of them were pumped all the way up to the highest they can get to until they felt that it was being overbought by a heck of a lot, and then they sold. Thanks for the content. Keep it up. Thank you, Giorgio. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button. We got 1,000 people in here. If you could get it up to 500 likes, that'll be amazing. Again, I could always use a new logo as well. I've had that logo for quite some time. So yeah, if you can create something that's really nice for my YouTube channel here, let me go ahead and, so I have my YouTube channel here. I have my logo, my profile picture, and I also have my banner art. If you can create something for here, I will compensate. I just want something that's really nice, that's really professional, and that I can use on multiple platforms. So make sure you hit me up in my Instagram. The link will be in the description. And if you can create something that's really nice, let me know on Instagram, show me what you can do. And yeah, what program is the stock chart in? This is Webull. The platform also is in the description. If you want to sign up for that, you can use my link and you'll get free stocks if you deposit $100. So this is obviously a great platform, but they have the online platform. If you wanted to download the Webull software, you go to downloads, and then you can download that software for whatever system you do have. Is GME dead? GME is a tough situation. I know some people say they came in late. GME is a tough situation. I don't want to say it's completely dead because I'm still holding it, right? And two, it does have a little bit of pops that you can get from it. And I've said this in the past, that you're going to see these big pops that you get in short periods of time. But the problem is that it continues to level off. Now, this looks actually normal, the way that it's flowing. It doesn't look like something that is manipulated in any way. You do see kind of a stair-stepping positive, negative, right? But it does look pretty normal for the most part. It flattens out. It's not going all downhill. You do see a couple of pops at the end. This just means that it's showing a lack of volume. So the amount of people that are investing into these is actually way lower than what it was because the interest is dying off. And no matter if they do have the shorted shares, if the interest is not here, the shorted shares win. So if they do end up continuing to short to bankrupt this company, right, then the shorts end up winning way more than what the buyers end up doing. So it's very, very tough to take all this in. And I would say GME is not dead yet, but it is looking pretty bad when it comes to the volume. And I wouldn't say that everybody just jumps out and sells off everything. But it is something you need to watch out for if you do see a massive decrease. I wouldn't want anybody else to lose any money because a bunch of people have lost a ton of money, and some people are down from $400 and bought a ton. That sucks. So asterisk. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. That's weird. I've never seen that come up. I know AMC is a good long-term play. I have a big position in it, and I'm wondering how probable is a squeeze is. I have many calls placed, and I'm thinking all of these big players going into it means something. Yeah, I mean, it does mean something, but it doesn't mean enough if retail traders are not backing it as well. So I say that the likelihood of a squeeze is probably going to be, let's say it could be 50 or 60%, right? That's pretty high. But it really all depends on all of these variables. You need the retail traders to get in. You need the funds, different funds to invest in as well, because they invest at a high rate, and make sure make sure that they do it strategically in order to increase the price. Also, you have all of these option calls that are basically driving this price up as well. So you have a lot of different pieces here that you need to put in place, but it mainly all focuses around the volume. The volume needs to be high enough for, if anybody is shorting, or they do have short positions, or they feel like they're continuing to add shorts on top of it, you need the volume to basically, fight those shorts or fight the sells. And it doesn't help that a lot of the retail traders now are into this pump and dump scheme, to where if it does drive up to $9, are they going to let it sit there? Probably not. A lot of them are going to end up selling off, thinking that it's not going to increase any more than that. And at every level, you're going to see sell orders in place at $8, $9, $10, $11, and that's what we're seeing here. Every time we get up to $6 for AMC, you can see that we have a large wall of 100,000 people that are willing to sell it. But you see here that we have larger walls at the lower price points, because people want to get in. But then they want to get in low, but then they want to sell high, but they feel like it's coming back at $6, so they sell at $6. So it's all about the volume. Yes, it means something that the big players may be doing something and getting into this, but we also need retail traders behind that as well. So that's where it ends up being a little bit tough to think that a huge squeeze is coming. But it could happen. And like I always say, I hope that I'm wrong in this case. I hope that the squeeze happens for a lot of people's sake so that they can make a ton of money or make their money back. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be a slow grower from what I'm seeing here, unless we see some positivity over this pre-market. If we see positivity over the pre-market, in any case, if the after hours and pre-market end up getting up to that $8 mark, $6, $7, $8 mark, there's going to be a mass sell-off in the beginning of the day, because that's how people function. When they see things that they invested at a high point, they want to limit their losses as best as possible. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. I don't want to, that's kind of a long-winded answer, but it's really tough to see crazy positivity. Cannabis plays distracting kids from AMC and GME. There's a lot of distractions from AMC and GME. And it could have been, it was silver in the first start. Like, when you start getting so many people, let me start here. When you start getting so many people in these Wall Street Bet, forums, right? You see these subreddits, these, groups that they create. You're going to see a lot of people start to come out with something new and say, oh, silver's going up. How about everybody gets into silver? And you're going to see a large amount of people, shift their focus from AMC to silver. Oh, you know what? Cannabis stocks are going up. They're going to shift their focus from AMC or GME to cannabis. They're going to shift their focus to Blackberry, to whatever other place to get that same thing that happened with GameStop. But then again, they're doing the thing that they didn't want to do, by spreading it all across. If you add it all into one group, into one area where everybody's focused on GameStop, and that's why that happened, you had a lot of retail traders that were driving up the price. Now we're all split into 70 different positions, and it's not enough volume. So all of the people on Wall Street Bets, the growing amount of people on Wall Street Bets kind of messed it all up as well. It wasn't just like Robinhood restricting trading, because even though they restricted trading, we still had a number of people that were trading on platforms that still allowed you to trade. But they were putting their money into other places because they always thought, oh, you know what, GME's over, it already hit its topping point, or it's peak. So it's a bunch of distractions. Everything is a distraction. But now a bunch of people are saying, you know what, GME is dead, and the only reason that they're saying that it's dead is because we lost the volume. I'm sorry to say, but we lost the volume. And I don't, like I said, I don't think it's completely dead. I think it will, continue to hover around that $50 mark. Looks like it really resists. A lot of people want to buy into it, but there's not enough volume to bring it up from that point. And we may see a couple of points to where people are like, oh, you know what? GME is pushing up a little bit. Let me invest in GME. Let me push this price up a little bit. And that's where the spikes come. But does it stay up there? No, it doesn't stay up there. AMC is burnt toast. I think AMC has a lot more potential than GME. GME moves a lot more, so it has a potential to pop really quick. So it'll move $4, $5, $10, $20 very quick. AMC has the potential for a longer term growth and consistency, I would say. AMC has 0 shortable shares on Fidelity. We won. We just have to hold now. Well, yeah, there's a lot of people that are holding it, right? But I don't know if the volume is going to continue to push the price up, because we can hold, which will keep the price steady. But if they start to buy their shares back sparingly, then it's only going to drive the price up slowly. But then people start to get impatient, and yeah, we have to hold, but retail traders are not going to continue to do that. So I'm going to play an ad here. Hopefully I wanted to do that. But we have 1,400 people in here. Please hit that like button. Get it above 500 likes. That will be amazing. It looks like a lot of volume is going down when it comes to these streams because a lot of people are actually taking on the same method of doing these streams, even though some people, might not know what they're doing or have no type of history in doing it. And I respect their hustle. I respect what they're doing. But that's the same thing you've seen with the stimulus check stuff. What do I think of Vanguard and BlackRock investing? I think of I've never uh, heard of BlackRock investing. Vanguard, though, I mean, obviously, everybody talks about their index funds. It's obviously what you want to get into. I use Fidelity for a lot of my funds, my mutual funds, and all that stuff. So I haven't ever used it, but I know a bunch of people that do. So I can't really give you an opinion on that. This dude is fake news. Don't read his shit books. All right. Well, I don't have any books. First of all, I don't know if you're talking to somebody else, but I don't have any books. And I don't like the term fake news, because all news is what they want to show. So I don't like the term fake news. Everything is really fake. It's what they want to show you. It's what fits their narrative, whether you're Republican or Democrat or whatever your position is. Whatever they want to show you, they will show you. So yeah, a bunch of people say they can't, people can't be biased or whatever. People are biased. They have a hidden bias, and it just happens. So that's just what it is. Love the daily streams. Listen every day on my way to work and on my way home. Would love to design something for your YouTube channel. Send a message on Insta. Okay, I will check it. Is it the same name, Mustache Mel? I will definitely check it out, see how many people did send something. But yeah, I typically use GIMP for a lot of my thumbnails and stuff like that. But I figured if somebody can create something really nice and I can pay them for it, I can compensate them for it, then yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and do that. And it's something that I'll use for multiple places. But I want to see what you can possibly do. I want something that's like I don't know, kind of professional, but then still like has a design aspect to it. Nothing that's too like arty, like not like graffiti or anything like that. Like simple and sexy, basically. So yeah, thank you for the super chat, and I will check out my Instagram. I'm going to be looking at them all day today or all night to see what I can do here, or who has the best stuff. Or I hope that someone can like send me just an example of what they could do, not maybe what will be the final product. If you do send me the final product, then and I say it's okay, then that's great. But the banner has a specific type of size to it, because it's a banner for your phone, for the computer, and also for like a TV as well. So yeah. He said a clown gif. That's interesting. Were you in the show Friends? I was not in the show Friends. You don't know how many times I get that. The funny thing is, I love that. If you ever have a child, find a way to. I know it sucks to name them a name. Blah, blah, blah. Name them a name that is famous, because if you do that, then they can never really make a name for themselves. I know if you search my name on YouTube, you get Chandler Bing from Friends, you get Matthew Perry. He comes up multiple times, and I'm probably like maybe 10th on the list. But I find it as a challenge. I can create a name for myself, and the fact that I even come up at all is absolutely amazing. The charting platform that I use is Webull. The link is in the description. Also, if you use that link and deposit $100 after you sign up, you're going to get free stocks. And then obviously, if you share that with other people, you can get free stocks as well. They always have different promotions with Webull, and you can get multiple free stocks as you use the platform. So definitely check out that link. And then if you want this platform, you go to the downloads tab, and it's right there. You'll find it. Thank you for the super chat here. I appreciate that, Stock Junkie. Yo man, I sent you a banner. I'm working on a logo right now. You sent me a banner already? Jeez, that was like 20 minutes. Was how many? That was like maybe 45 minutes ago that I said something. And if you've seen it a lot sooner, I mean, I guess you had some time to work on it. Thank you for the super chats, though. I appreciate that. I will check it out. Check it out. Let me see what I got here. New to trading, is there any way to avoid margin accounts? Yeah. Well, if you put cash in certain areas, like with Fidelity, if I put money into Fidelity, you actually have to request. Struggle with that word. You have to ask them for a margin account. So you have to call their customer service in order to do that. For Webull, you can actually still trade on margin. Like they automatically, I think, sign you up for margin, but you just have to realize how much money you have in there. But yeah, I realize where you're coming at, where your head is. You definitely want to avoid margin accounts if you never want to trade on margin. But you can also call their customer service and say, hey, I don't want to trade on margin. Give me zero margin, and they'll help you out. And usually in any platform. Could I have your opinion on let's see what that is. TCNNF. I'm in 1,000 shares from 18 months ago and another 1,000 shares from 7 months ago. Whoa. So did you buy at a high point? I guess not, because it really did drop down. This is where I don't really like the long-term plays too much. Obviously, if you're in it from a long time ago, you're continuing to grow. It's not something that dropped today, right? You see a large increase here. That looks absolutely phenomenal. You must have gained a ton of money from 18 months ago to 17 months ago. I would take my profits and put it in somewhere else, because do I believe that this is going to go crazy from here? I wouldn't say that it is. It has an upward momentum. Like there's no areas to where it completely dipped down. Let's see if I look at a long period of time. Let's look at a year. Is a year long enough? Yeah, there's been really no points to where it's actually dipped all the way down. So this is definitely positive. I would, either you can keep riding it on the way up, or you can sell where you are because you're making a pretty decent profit. If you're saying from, what's today? So if you bought, let's say 7 months ago, you bought in, not that. So it's January. You bought in July. Is that what that is? July or June? So it was at basically $12 ish, and now it's up to $47. So you're making a pretty decent profit out of those 1,000 shares. And then if you're talking about 18 months ago, it was at like $10. Yeah, you're making a pretty decent profit there. I would if it was me, I don't like to keep money in there for that long really. But for you, if you're more of a long-term investor, then definitely do so. In my case, I always like to trade short-term and never hold it really overnight, right? But this looks like a positive trend on the way up. There's no real negative news to this. It's continuing to skyrocket. So I definitely see the trend continuing to go up. Ride it as long as you want. But if it was me, I would obviously take the money out, and it is a long-term gain there, so you get taxed less. So at that point, if it's over a year, I mean, you get taxed less. So why hold it in there any longer? Take that money out and then put it into some other places. And then a short-term loss would end up, eclipsing what you gained, really. What do you think about SOS? Like the song from the Jonas Brothers? I was joking. It does look like it's really pushing downhill from, from a while ago. It was up to $129 a long time ago in 2017. Really dipped down, continued to fall down until we got to like recent days to where it really pushed up. Okay, let's look at the current days. Let's look at 5 days. So 5 days, it ended up being really flat and really pushed up. This might be a point to where people are actually pumping it. Now, do I believe that it actually hit its high point? You can see that it is starting to sell off a little bit, but it is recovering. Now, I don't know exactly what will happen you have to see what happens in the after hours and the pre-market. But if it continues to go higher, definitely predict that there's going to be some sort of a sell-off because that's usually what people do. I always go with what history will tell you with any position. And if I'm looking for short-term gains, I'm always looking for that quick, push up by $1, $5, whatever it is, and end up selling off. And that's what majority of people are looking for. When it comes to owning a stock, there are a couple of things that you really want from it. You want long-term gains to where you pay less taxes on the gains, right? And you also want any long-term solutions that you will get a dividend every single quarter or every month. So you get paid something as you're holding those long-term gains, which really makes you think at the day trading level, because you're gaining something every single month as income rather than, not gaining anything for a position. Now that will not be the case. You won't gain anything dividend wise, but I would consider this a short-term option for here. You would have to focus. You would have to put your mind to that brain. It would be more short-term, but definitely check what's gonna happen here, because it may have a turn for the worse. But positive movement is always good. You could see the movement away from where's the EMA? 200 EMA. You can see the movement away from the 200 EMA, but the positive movement will usually dictates that it will come back. We have 1,549 people in here. Please hit that like button, get it above 1,000 likes. That will be amazing. I'm not going to check that. I'm not going to check iCup. Do you buy penny stocks? I don't. They're interesting, right? I used to buy penny stocks, but this is before I gained any type of knowledge in the stock market. I was really just, playing around, and everybody was like, oh, you know what, you can gain a ton of money from penny stocks when I was in college. And I was like, all right, well, let me put my money here. If I put my money here and it doubles in value, then I technically will have, double the money, right? That's amazing. A good short-term gain. It was a very simple solution, not knowing that I could also lose all of my money in literally one foul swoop. So that's where it ends up being a little bit interesting here with penny stocks. But yeah, I can probably get into it now with something that's more of a reliable penny stock, since I do know how to research things. But it still is something that I still fear is losing a lot of your money, PRLY, please. You are the best. I hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you, Randy. I appreciate the fact that you hit the like button and subscribe. But I would have answered your question whether you felt you needed to subscribe or not subscribe. So I will talk about Tilray. Tilray was a tough situation because I made a video on it today, and I felt bad keeping that video up because it displayed the positivity of the growth without actually putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that it will or could possibly decrease. And during the stream, I talked about this. In the beginning of the stream, I talked about Tilray and how it was moving down, and also about the growth that it had over the last couple of days. But with the thumbnail, it really talked about these growth, like the growth cannabis stocks. And yeah, they were growing, but they were growing way too fast from where it actually was. So the emphasis that I should have put was, which I did in the first video that I created, but I created that video multiple times because I didn't hit screen record. So that's another issue. But you can see the trend from a 10,000 foot view or 100,000 foot view. You can see the trend that you have these support levels. It's going basically this way. And the reason why it pumped was because of, I believe, wallstreetbets. Right? So wallstreetbets is pushing this up in order for people to end up selling off at a high price. And that's just what a large form ends up doing. It makes sense. So with this and how it's rolling before anybody actually gets into it, you can see that the price is increasing, slowly increasing. I think it's going to continue on this train. It's going to be a slow moving increase that, moves up from, let's say, this, $20 mark up to 20, up to 25, up to 20. So it's going to continue out here. And yes, you may have a couple of little dips here and there, but you don't really see that over these time periods. You just see it consistently growing here, consistently growing, stair stepping a little bit. And that's what I see with Tilray. With this was a very quick movement, and I said that any quick movement ends up having a very fast fall. So that's just how things go. And if somebody's pumping something, most likely they're going to dump it. So yeah, that's my opinion of Tilray. I think it's still investable. You could still invest in it and make some good money, but this was just a quick pump and dump that a lot of people did. So yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you for liking and subscribing, though. I really appreciate that. We have 1,650 people in here. Please hit that like button. That helps me out a lot. So let's see. So you guys want to see? Yeah, no problem, Randy. No problem. What's AMC? Are you looking into crypto at all? The market in a bull run, crazy gains so far, and it's just started. Yeah, I think crypto is definitely moving. A lot of people are interested in crypto, and since I'm not really a fan of crypto, or I've never expressed any interest in crypto because a lot of my gains come from short-term, stock holdings and end up selling those intraday. It's not something that I'm 100% comfortable with, because a lot of times people are telling me to get into Bitcoin, which Bitcoin is a very high price to pay for, the possibility of it falling a lot. That's what I look at and I say, is this real? Should I actually be looking at this as a potential investment? And yeah, it looks interesting when you have Elon Musk put $1.5 billion into Bitcoin or Dogecoin, where it is increasing basically by 100% or 50% or whatever it actually is. But that's something that I look at and I go, okay, should I actually invest in something that may be more volatile than a penny stock? Probably not. And you can see by the fact that I don't like penny stocks too much that's the reason why I don't like crypto. And I think I'll get into it, just like I may get into penny stocks and more options, which options more of a longer term play. But I may get into it and then just buy and hold, kind of like an index fund or a mutual fund, but at a low price. But I want to weigh my options because I really don't understand all of the cryptos. I can't just get into it and not understand it. And if I had to explain it, I would be talking out of my ass here. Like I can't do that. So yeah, in my opinion, that's not the route to go. Alpha Tilray merger. I think it's the fact that people are pumping and dumping certain things. I think the cannabis stocks are just going to take a hit for a little bit. Maybe we'll recover tomorrow. I hope so. But it looks like in the after hours market, you see 1%, 1%, 6%, 5%, 1%. So yeah, that's basically what you're seeing, and you're seeing a little bit of a recovery, but not enough to where it was at $77, right? And now it's obviously recovering a little bit in the after hours market. But yeah, Pace thoughts as a long-term hold. What about Nokia? Nokia is tricky. I'll watch Pace. I know more. Megan, you said this. I want to address people's comments here. But Nokia is tricky because Nokia doesn't have the volume, just like I'm seeing with AMC and GME. But Nokia is a lesser price, and it should be traded at a higher volume. And it's just not really sitting well with me. So when I look at Nokia, you know what? Let's not look at Nokia. When I look at Nokia, it's just not showing me positivity there. Let's see. So Pace. What is Pace doing? Let's look at it at a 1 day. So today it finished at 0.08%. The after hours is 0.990%. It is moving up a little bit. It's at $12.18, or after hours $12.07. I think it has a lot of spotty movement. I mean, a lot of rapid, quick movement actually. So it moves from, let's say, $11 up to $12. I wouldn't consider it as a day trade for me, or a long-term investment. It just doesn't look good. Let's see what it just looks flat to me. It looks 100% flat to me. Like you have these increases, it's literally everywhere on the chart and it stays flat. Like if it was everywhere and it continued to grow in one direction, then I understand. But it doesn't look like it's a grower. I can definitely tell you that there's a lot better positions out there that look a lot cleaner than this does. And this just doesn't look the part to me, in my opinion. Much respect, you were saying why you don't do crypto or penny stocks. Shows you believe what you say. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to do is be as transparent as possible. I mean, penny stocks and crypto basically follow the same logic, really. It's very volatile. And you know, it could drop to zero in one second, or it can go up to whatever, you know, $10,000 or $45,000 apparently. I don't know what Bitcoin is at, but I think it's close to it, right? So it just really is, you know, very volatile in my opinion. So I think it's interesting. I would definitely like to learn about it and see if I would get into it, but it's something that takes time. It's not something that you just jump into. There's a lot of people more educated than I am that got into Bitcoin a lot earlier, and then it makes me look like I'm that person that got into like GameStop at $500. You know, if you got into GameStop at $500 in the after hours market, then, you know, you pretty much like fucked yourself, I would say. It's just not, and I, for lack of a better term, I mean, you seriously did. It's not something that you can look at as being completely positive by investing at a high point and then end up, you know, losing a lot of money, which they do say that Bitcoin can get to like $500,000, which is insane if it does get to that. And then, yeah, I'll be a little salty, but still, I mean, it's still a lot of money that you're putting into there in order to have that all go to zero. So you could be that person that invests at $500,000 for one Bitcoin and then it goes down to $1,000. What happens then? You know? So we have 1,668 people in here. Please hit that like button. Get it above 1,000 likes. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for the super chat, Kevin, by the way. I appreciate that. What do you, your opinion on MCHC? MCHC is very low for me. It's like a penny stock, which is something I can't get into. Did it move today? I can definitely give you an opinion there if it did move a little bit. Let's see what happened here. So like I said, anything that's below a penny just gets on my nerves. Anything that's below $5, I can understand the things that are below $5. Like I'm even trading AMC, and that's below $5, definition of a penny stock, right? But when I think of penny stock, I think of under $1. So that's my definition of a penny stock. And this obviously has its growth going up and people are excited about that, but it's not something that I see as, you know, consistent. Something that, you know what, I lied. It is consistent growth. You can see it move up. I'm not going to lie to you. And you can see it over the 200 moving average, but with it going this high, when is it really going to pull back? Are you expecting it to continue to increase to about a penny? Yeah, if it does, then obviously you can gain a lot of money. And sometimes these penny stocks don't hurt to throw a couple of $1,000s into. And that's what I always thought. It doesn't hurt as long as you talk about, or as long as you really figure out exactly where your exit point is going to be. So it's interesting there. You know what? TFG TV. You know what? It's interesting how things change. And I will be the one to be transparent with you right from the start. And that's why, you know, I talk about the fact that there's a potential for a squeeze, with the fact that we have all the interest rates and what could happen with those, the shares or the shorted shares. And there's other variables that go into play. No matter how many shares are shorted, if you don't have the volume to push the price up, then it's not going to work. The thing that everybody was talking about and that I seen was the volume was higher and it continued to stay higher, but then it started to consistently slow down and people started to get distracted in other areas. So as you're talking about all of these things that are guaranteed to short squeeze, it's guaranteed to short squeeze only if the variables stay close to the same. So if people are getting distracted by a number of different positions because Wall Street Bets on there, they don't want to talk about GameStop or AMC. They want to talk about silver. They want to talk about cannabis. They want to talk about Nokia, Blackberry, whatever it actually is. People start to get distracted, and then that variable ends up changing. And I will be the first one to tell you that I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. While I'll say that nothing is guaranteed, I will never say that anything is guaranteed. I would say that it could happen, or the possibility that it could happen, but I would say there's a strong chance that it will happen with certain variables to stay the same. So hopefully that explains some things. I don't ever want to be a person that will use absolutes, even though I just said I don't want to ever be, which would be absolutes. So I want to stop using absolutes as best as possible, but I obviously can't get away from it all the time. There's some times where you just say absolutes and you misspeak. But yeah, I mean, I see what you mean by seeing that, you know, a lot of people are saying the squeeze is guaranteed. This is why I hate when certain YouTubers are put into the same category as people that come up out of the woodwork and just want to make some money. Like for Brian Jung and JJ, like I wouldn't say that JJ stopped. I think he did do a couple of streams, but they stopped really doing the streams because of the fact that, yeah, they still believe in the movement. I haven't seen anything from them. They still believe in the movement, but I know for a fact that they're upset with the fact that all these people are coming out and saying the squeeze is going to happen. It's happening this week. They always throw it into the title to make it seem like it's going to happen tomorrow, so you need to watch this. Like, that's what they're doing, and they're messing up everything. It's just like those people with the stimulus check videos that say, stimulus check coming tomorrow, $10,000 coming tomorrow. No, it's not. Calm down, and we can't do anything about it. The people that actually tell you the right information, we can't do anything about it while they're racking up 200,000 views. So it's other people that end up messing it up. I don't want to be thrown into a category of, you know, a stimulus check YouTuber that tells you the stimulus check is guaranteed, or I don't want to be thrown into a category that tells you the squeeze is guaranteed. I'm asking questions that I get questions on. So will another squeeze happen? That's what question I get all the time. It's, will another squeeze happen? Is it over? You know, I'm getting all of these questions, and I'm literally putting them in the title because that's what the question is. Best chance for a second shot squeeze, opt out of the share trading to cash only accounts on the free trading app, and they're shorting the free trade shares. That's an interesting take, Kevin. Thank you for the super chat. That's an interesting take there. That's the best chance for a squeeze. You don't think the volume is an issue? You think we would still have that chance by doing that? Because I really think that the volume is an issue. You could see that with, like, Nokia had a huge uptick, right? And then all of a sudden their volume actually was shot by the fact that you have all of these other positions out there. So they never rose in price, really. They did increase a little bit, but they never really rose in price. I'm way over on this stream. All right, I'll stream for another, I don't know, 7 minutes, and I'll answer some questions. Let me insert an ad here. So if you do get an ad, I'm sorry, I just want to insert it. But let's continue to go down and see what people have to say. Put some glasses on. I guess I do need glasses. The light is pretty bright, and if I turn it off, you can't really see me, so it's gonna mess up my eyes. And I spend all day looking at these screens. Like, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 screens in front of me plus my phone. So sorry if I'm squinting. Keep your message clear. I appreciate your honesty. Option on your trading info. Thank you. I appreciate that. What app, desktop platform are you using? This is Webull, the Webull Desktop 4 platform. If you're interested in that, is it Pimped Platypus? Pimped Platypus? Yeah. This is Webull, the desktop version. If you go down in the description, you have a link. I'm going crazy. You have a link down there, and you basically get free stocks if you sign up. you use that link and you deposit $100, you'll get free stocks with that platform. And then if you go to the download section in the desktop version, you can download this desktop version of this trading app, and then you can fix it up any way that you want. You can move all this stuff around, which I for some reason can't do it, but you can move all this stuff around, shrink it to whatever you want to shrink it to, do all of the good stuff with it, so yeah. But yeah, I want to end this because I have to do a video. I have to upload some videos here, or record some videos. So I said I'm going to stream for basically 5 more minutes now. How long have I been trading? Sheesh. How long have I been successfully trading is the real option, or real question. So I've been trading for, let's see, I graduated college in 2015. I started in the beginning of college. So it was probably since 2013 that I started investing in trading and started getting into the stock market. How I've been successfully trading since after school. So I graduated my first 2 years of college in 2015. Yes, 2015, and then ended up going back to school for a bachelor's degrees, dual bachelor's degrees in 2017. And that's when I really started to get into it a lot more, because I was working during the day and had a little bit of spare time. But then and that's where I started to really become successful. In 2017 is where I got really interested in it. So yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, 2017 is where I got really interested in it. And I started to trade, started to read books. I listened to the book that I have in my store from Andrew Aziz. He's amazing. And he also has a YouTube channel as well. I believe it changed a bit. So like, he doesn't do it the same way. He used to go through everyday trading, and you would be able to see his thought process and everything like that. It was amazing. But now it's changed into like more of a consolidated team effort platform. No, it's stagnant. The hedgies are borrowing from the free trading groups to short because the free trading app opts into. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting then. Okay, so it's stagnant. Okay. Well, maybe that's the option then. I mean, I think we need to really look into this, but I feel like it's just going to be a very difficult situation. I want to pull everybody out of this, but everybody can't win. So hopefully, if it does pop up, you're not the last one in it. Markets will be closed Monday. What the heck am I supposed to do with my gambling addiction on Monday if I can't trade? That's funny, Gabriel. That's hilarious. The funny thing is my middle name is Gabriel. So that's funny though. What am I supposed to do with my gambling addiction? Hey, there's always sports betting, I guess. But yeah, this brings me to the point that I wanted to make, is that this is not actual trading. It's not trading. It's not investing. The thing that we're doing with just investing in a meme stock and hoping that it goes up is we're gambling here. We're gambling on a short squeeze, and that's not what we should be doing. We should be talking about the fact that whether it's going to pop, what the history is actually doing. But the point about AMC and GME and anything else that did have a potential to squeeze is it doesn't really have a history at this moment, because it's sitting at a price that wasn't in line with their last price, if that makes sense. So when I look at this, I'm always like, okay, is it going to squeeze? What am I actually doing here? Why am I holding so much money in these two positions when they really don't have a crazy amount of regular potential, my normal potential? So yeah, it's definitely tough to take in, but it is technically a gambling thing that we're doing here. Okay, yeah, I did talk about HCMC. I feel like this is an upward movement. It doesn't hurt to put some money in here, but like I said, I'm not a penny stock person. And if I do get into penny stocks, it will be the first thing that I do, is just throw some money in something that I think will grow without any true information behind it, because that's what penny stocks are. They're almost, failing companies, basically. I sold AMC. Well, good. If selling AMC is works best for you, then do so, Holly. I appreciate you letting me know that, because all of the people that were talking about, diamond hands, and yeah, it's diamond hands when you want it to continue to go up. But if the volume's not there and you don't feel like you're going to gain any type of profit out of it, get out of the trade. I feel like this is going to be a long-term play. I'm hoping for a couple of pops so that I can get out at my price target or my break-even point, and then get back in, because I know it's going to come back down. If it's a slow-moving process, then it will be something to where I may get out depending how long it takes to actually get there. I might get out a lot sooner if I had the potential to make $2,000, $3,000, and the next day I'm definitely going to get out. There's no financial advice here, Vic. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's literally, we have it's an hour and 30 minutes from what I've streamed. Could you hit that like button on the way out? We have almost 1,000 likes. But I'm going to play one more ad before I go. So if you do get an ad or you don't get an ad, yes, I do golf. I love golfing. I golf in Pennsylvania. If you're near Pennsylvania, we can definitely golf. Am I the best golfer? No. I'm not a rage golfer. I like to play the game professionally. I'm losing a lot in Tilray. Did you invest in the open? Or did you invest in the after hours? What did you invest in? Sorry, I want to see this before so Chevy Lamar. Make sure you put at Matthew Perry so that I can know that it's you. Putt golf. Do I golf? Yes, I do golf, Arthur. Waiting for this response here. Hopefully they see it. Come to Cincinnati, we can golf. If I ever get out there, I'll make it known. Right outside Philly. I'm in Reading, Pennsylvania. The 10K in AMC tomorrow. What's your handicap? I say at my best it was around 15. I've shot low scores before, but I could say it's inconsistent. I put in 2 days ago. 2 days ago, and and you didn't sell at any point when it was going down. You see, that's the thing that what everybody needs to do is, I understand that you want to hold for the long term. That's usually what happens. But I think what you need to do is literally put a trailing stop on there so that you don't lose a ton of money. I mean, that's what it's all about. I don't want people to lose any money here. And this is what I try and make known, is that these stocks are interesting. So when I come out with a stock that I want to share, I want people to know that it's an interesting play. Do not take anything that I'm saying as buy at this point or sell at this point. I can tell you what will be maybe a good entry point, but I will also let you know about the fact that you need to watch out to see if it does decrease a lot. If it's not being oversold, if it's not being oversold, then it's going to continue to go down, and there's the potential that it'll continue to go down. So I don't want anybody to lose a bunch of money. So you need to realize that. So hopefully that can help you out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'll make sure to stream tomorrow. But then I don't know about the weekend, because especially not Sunday. It's gonna be Valentine's Day, so I don't think I want to do that. So yeah, let me know about everything. If anybody has, so again, before I get out of here, so my YouTube channel is right here. My YouTube channel, I have a banner here that I want to, pretty up, that I want to have, be like professional, kind of like this, but just more professional. I don't know, something that stands out, something that's a lot better. Nothing that's too, artistic. I don't want anything that has graffiti or any type of thing like that. I just want something that looks professional, that people will come here and say, look, that stands out, that's really good. Yeah, I think that'll be great. Maybe it'll have my Instagram tags, my TikTok tags, everything, on everything. So let me know if you have any type of skills in this area. And when it comes to like my profile picture as well, we can definitely update that. I've had this for 2 years. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate everybody, but I'm really gonna get out of here now. No more playing, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream or next video. See ya.